Welcome everybody to Innate Interviews. And we have been doing Innate Interviews for almost 4 or 5 years now. And we took a little pause and we're back. And I have the amazing Mason Calvert, my friend, and he has been on our team for INNATE Adjusting since for almost a year. Is that right? You've done. Yeah, that's right. And so welcome, Mason Calvert.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
I'm excited to have you. I had your brother on here when he was like third or fourth quarter now, and he graduated already. Mm-hmm. So we're coming full cycle. I like that.
Yeah.
So tell me, what brought you into chiropractic? What got you here?
Well, I have family that are chiropractors, and I didn't know exactly what I wanted, but my brother did. He knew he wanted to be a chiropractor, and he would ask them questions and stuff like that. And then really, I went to school for wrestling, and that was really all I went to school for. And realized that I wasn't at that school for the right reason. So I came home, and then he went to college, and then he said that I would love it down here. And so he went to a different school first for a year, and then we got real close, brothers and friends, and I ended up following him down here because he said I'd love it. And so we watched a cousin of ours graduate from the DC program, Lachey Peltier, in 2016, and then it might have been to the end of 2015, and I absolutely loved it down here. And so I came down here to wrestle. I wrestled for Life University. I got my undergrad here. And then I started to get my master's, and COVID hit. And the whole time I've had people tell me, you should be a chiropractor. You should go in the chiropractic program. And I said, oh, no, it's not for me.
Yeah.
And really, I was just scared of the program. And what had happened was, COVID happened, and it put us in a box. So we were kind of just at home, and the stuff that I was doing, was a lot more than what Logue was doing at the time. And
you're doing your master's, is that right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And he said, it's really not that much more. You just got a couple more classes. You stick to it and grind out, and you get it done. It's quick. Like, okay. He kept coming at me with it. And I said, you know what? We're at the pool one day, and I said, you know what? I'll do it. And it was because we were taking the same class, but mine was for the master's, his was for the DC side. Oh. And I passed it, and he didn't.
That's a little motivation. If he could do it, I'm going to do it.
Yeah. So I ended up telling everybody, told my family. They're like, oh my God, I've been in school for so long, but really that, to me, that doesn't matter. It just tells me that I love school.
Yeah.
And yeah. So I started, and I love it. I mean, it's definitely a climb. I'm in the middle right now, so just on the plateau, and hopefully soon I can start going down the mountain.
One of BJ's books is called "The Fight to Climb," and when we're really, it's when the iron meets the stone, it truly sharpens us. That's in Proverbs. And it toughens us up. 33 or 20 plus credit hours a quarter is not easy. That's not a joke. And unless you're taking it seriously, right?
Yeah.
And what have you gained? You've done the master's program, you have a bachelor's, you're a wrestler, and now you're in this third stage, and soon you're going to be Dr. Mason Calvert. How does that feel now that you made that decision?
It gives me goosebumps because I never thought that I would be there. But when I started the program and started doing seminars, and really I have Logan and my peers to thank for that, to push me to go to those seminars. And those were the reasons why it kept me going, because I could feel the growth and the energy that everyone brought, and that's just what I want in my life. I knew that I was searching for something, and it took me until now to find it. So, you know, I'm real passionate about this. I want to help change the world. And yeah, I don't know. It feels like just recently, like things have been falling right into place for me. The universe is telling me I have to be here, but the struggles that I'm going through are meant for me to handle, not meant for anyone else. So that's everything's been more eye-opening since being in the program. And I just like to be, I'm glad that I'm more aware of my surroundings because of chiropractic.
And we have we have had a lot of students that watch us, and we also have a lot of potential students watch this. So that's very inspiring, because a lot of people they've told me in the past that they don't think they can do it. And you just had a little bit of that trepidation of where the stinking thinking got in, and then you realize you were taking the same test as your brother. Why can't I go do this? So you were in your own way. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
And now you transcended that. And now, how far along are you right now?
I'm 7th quarter, and I have about 9 left, just because I had modified. And who's to say I might not pick up some credits or something towards the end. But I had a couple classes transfer over from the master's program, which has kind of helped me. Yeah, it had helped me kind of stay with the similar people that I've been with. So it is hard to modify, because you end up seeing new people every year. So a new year starts, you end up with new classmates. So it's that's kind of difficult, but I'm such a people person. I talk to everybody. So it's not that hard for me, I guess.
Well, that's one of the traits that is so important really in growing a practice for yourself, is really sort of getting out of our own fears of being timid. And, which everyone has, no matter how outgoing someone is, they still have that little bit of, should I? But getting out and telling someone, because the mission you're talking about, you said change the world. When your mission is really to change the world, there is no, the fear, the mission is so much greater than the fear. Right? Someone was talking to me about that the other day, and I tell them, I wake up every day thinking, how are we going to change the world? What is my next step? Where are we going? How am I going to do this? Part of that is, innate adjusting workshop, and getting out and nurturing younger chiropractors, and so they can save the world.
Yeah.
So you've been to a couple, just to, maybe touch on a little bit. What did you get out of, the workshop when we've done 4 together, or 3? 4.
I'm thinking, yeah. I really enjoy it, because every time that I've been there, I've never known the plan. I've always just we've just been ready for you to speak, and each time has been different. From the beginning, just to help us build deep into the philosophy, of Pasquale, Sarasoli, and your mentors. And it was just I really like those. And then it's the grounding down that we end up growing a little bit, did some more activities like we did at the Delt House, and just allowing people to feel the energy that they all possess. We all do. And then to go on to the next step, when you start showing the way that you adjust, being with the person, it's so graceful, and it shows me, more of who I want to be in my practice, because I've always been kind of hot-headed growing up, and I'd spaz out or whatever. And really, I don't want that. I'm pushing to be who I want to be, and I'm trying to change myself too along the way. So I'm continually trying to grow in the seminars that you have has allowed me to do that each time.
Well, I take that as a great honor. And, you know, this is why I do it really is so we can all grow. I grow from each and every one of them. They've been different every time. We've got 4 levels now. This is the peak one that we're doing. As you know, it's going to be 3 days. And part of what Mason was talking about, one of the things we do is we connect with the bioenergetic field of, you know, of each other. And we have a practice of doing that. And really is that clarity of stepping into someone's field, how clear we are, and then connecting to that and allowing ourselves that trust to feel it. Because we've been, in a way, we've been programmed not to feel those things. And, you know, I truly see us deprogramming those things and becoming more sensitive, but also more empathetic and being able to connect to these people. Because it's the people that counts, right?
Yeah.
Those are the people that count.
And I realize that, you know, that we're continually growing and trying to knock off the shackles that hold us back. And I want it to happen. The thing is I want it to happen now. But and when I do when I do it that way, it makes it harder for me. So it's the moments where I just let it be everything, and I grow the most.
Wow, that's a powerful statement. Actually, the being is the, you know, be, do, have. It's our being first. It's easy to think of the doing, right? But who you're being. So that was a powerful statement from you. Thank you for that. Absolutely awesome. You know, you know, that's that kind of the intention is really working on the I am. Who am I being? How clear and authentic can we be in approaching this moment with that person, because we're adjusting them in the moment. And, you know, that personality of I want it now, you're not the only one. That is the entire probably United States of America and most of the world. And, you know, every chiropractor, we wanted it to be, while we were in school, we were amazing already. You know, everyone thought they had 30 years of experience by the time they graduated.
Yep.
And, you know, having a little of the reality when we get out, it's, you know, the training that we do now prepares us for that match later on in life, just like in wrestling. Yeah. I remember when your brother was, you know, he was peaking with me, interning. And, you know, he was playing around with my kids, you know, wrestling, they're doing jujitsu. And, you know, just thinking them how far, you know, my 5-year-old with your brother, and he's showing him some moves, you know, that's where we all begin, is that first day. We've all had to step up the first day of chiropractic school, the first day after graduation, right? Yep. The first day in a new, wherever we land, whatever it is, you know, that's what we're preparing ourselves for right now. That's the training for it. So I'm proud of you. I'm excited for you.
Thank you. Yeah, I like how you said that, because it brings me back to my Pee-wee wrestling days. And I thought I was the baddest dude out there.
Oh, sure.
But then, you know, it took me 20 years and to graduate, to be done with wrestling, to be a coach, to know what my actual potential was.
Mm-hmm. Seeing it in others and bringing it out in others too, right?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's where, you know, honestly, that's in a way, that's how I grow, even doing these, is, you know, helping someone else grow, see something maybe lacking within me or something I need to work on, or even enhance. You know, those are all important things. Absolutely. Part of what we're going to do too is we're setting up the strategies for, you know, your success in practice. Adjusting, you know, in a restaurant, you could have the greatest waiting staff in the front of the house, but if you can't make a good pizza, no one's going to come back, right?
Yeah.
So from our adjusting to marketing, creating communication clearly within the practice, and then training our bodies physically to be able to handle it. Okay. I've had, you know, I had one young guy peak in my office. This was years and years ago. He was an athlete. He was a triathlete. He was in the military for like 7 or 8 years, in the Army, and they march, they work, they all work hard. And, you know, I'm thankful for their service. And he realized, wow, this is so much different than everything I've trained for, of being able to adjust a lot of people and care about them and be in the moment and love them in that moment. It's our life experience really starts coming to the surface when we start really caring for the people in mass, right?
Yeah.
And then also have to exchange money for it because we have to live. So in this next one, this is innate adjusting, and we're calling it synapse, is the fourth one. That's one of the things we're going to work on, and really breaking our barriers of receiving and giving and being in balance with the universe, communicating with people, and really, and our adjusting skill, absolutely, and breaking through our own garbage. How much does that come up with you when you're training, just the stuff that you realize you're holding yourself back?
Well, it gets to the point where I need the seminar. I want it because I know what it's going to do for me afterwards. It takes, you know, all quarter for, you know, not even a quarter or even 4 weeks, but to tear me down in a way that I'm in my mind with school. And school has really try to separate me from the spiritual being that I have been thriving to be. And that's also why I have been very conflicted. But then I went and did a seminar called Inner Winners, and they said, well, everything that you're learning is because Innate allowed it to be here. Innate is trying to show you more so you can help other people. And so I've been trying to look at everything I'm learning through Innate, and how is Innate in this, a part of this, you know, stuff like that.
Well, that's important because, you know, that's spirit. Innate is you know, created the cosmos. That's God, universal intelligence, then innate intelligence, holding this being together and keeping the destructive forces away. That's from Stevenson. And you know, when we're really understanding what this innate power is within inside of our bodies, you know, we just live in this, but when we give kind of glory to it, like, wow, it's just truly amazing what innate is doing. It's not limited to that flesh. And I was excited to hear that when we're really creating this, the world that we want to truly live in, and we're projecting that. Innate is creating the steps for our goals to help reach our goals and to transform the world. You know, one of my main mission is to create a heavenly earth. And I remember Pasquale on the wall, he had the Lord's Prayer in this really cool wooden engraving, you know, it was super awesome. And, you know, he said the important thing is we missay it. We say on earth as it is in heaven, but it's in earth as it is in heaven. And this earthly embodiment that we are truly innate is this system from within. And when we're honoring that, we're serving that person, and we step out our educated way, which BJ, most of his books were really written about getting the educated out of the way so innate can run the show, and you're connecting innate to that person. That's where really truly that magic happens. And that's where, I mean, my office, Logan will tell you, you know, we've had people that I've been seeing since I opened are still coming to the office. They used to come to all my workshops and seminars because we connected in that spiritual way. And some of me will tell you, well, I've gone to try to go to other chiropractors, but I just couldn't stand them or it wasn't right for me. I'm sticking with you.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's where, and it's not about like or dislike, but it's how they connect is truly the biggest thing. They can connect to a squirrel, but really connecting spiritual to spirit. That's where their lives transform and their families transform. I'm so glad to hear that from you.
Yeah.
So you have you're halfway through 7th quarter. It's just that feels good. You're over the hump, basically, right?
Yeah. Yes.
And this quarter's almost done too, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, going strong. I'm passing. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. Get out. That's what Pasquale used to tell me. Just get out. Have you taken any boards yet?
I just paid for boards, and I'll be taking them in August. So it'll be during my ninth quarter.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Yeah, just knocking those things out. So anyway, what do you have planned for the next half of your chiropractic school career? You got it, you're passing. That's all that really matters. Passing.
Yeah. Well, I actually I am now president on campus for BGI Club, Biogeometric Integration. And I absolutely love that. That was my first seminar I ever went to, first quarter. And then
did you do that at my office?
I did.
That was your first one at my. Okay, cool.
Yeah. And then the week after went to MLS one. Mm-hmm. So it was very eventful. And so I just want to continue to grow with my connection with people on and off the table, and to expand my knowledge in BGI. I'm actually going to BGI 4M here in June. It's the end of this quarter, and it's actually, yeah, I have to take a look, and then I'm doing 3 again this year, and then I'll do an osseous with somebody else who's teaching it. And so really, I kind of just want to move around in the BGI world for a little bit and stick with MLS, because I'll end up going to the next MLS, which I took a break from, so I could do other seminars, including yours and my uncle's who does the lift. So I really just trying to move around, but not too fast or too much, because I don't want to learn too fast. If I kind of felt like I got pushed a little bit in the beginning. I'm 7th quarter. I've done 19 seminars, and so I slowed down a lot more, and really only did the ones that I thought I needed to do.
It can get overwhelming of who is right, and then you realize kind of everybody's right, and how do I fit in all those things? That's a powerful place. Yeah. And I did BGI with Sue Brown in 2001, and we've hosted BGI a couple of times at my office. The very first time I was introduced to that was Masterpiece Training Camp with Arno, and we would alternate days from MLS to BGI in a 7-day event. Kind of how we're doing. That's some awesome. Of this. We can take this approach, and that's where we're taking the innate approach. It can be you're working with however you approach your adjusting, and you're taking that into that moment. So that's where that's really exciting, and I think that's such a great basis is MLS and BGI and all that. That's fantastic.
Yeah, and really BGI has allowed me to understand the body more because of different tones that it has, energetic fields that it has, and I never would have thought I'd be in this energetic realm, never, because of who I am. I'm straightforward. But the thing is, I can believe if something hasn't worked in the past, it allows me to believe that something else is out there that works better for me. And so that's what I just continue to do. I was adjusted my whole life. Nothing gets better. I get adjusted I pay for adjustments for the first time. Things change. I see a BGI doctor, Dr. Liliana, first time. Oh my, things released unreal. I had concussions and a lot of the pain that was disconnecting me from my upper half to my lower half, it connected, and I have finally seen the light. So it's all about what that person is trying to achieve, and if something's not working right for them, move on to the next and see what else you can learn and see what else vibes with you the best. And so that's just what I would try to give to people.
That's important for students too. If you're I love Gonstead, and I love SOT, and I love Thompson, and NMLS and BGI network. We did all those, and realizing you don't have to have one pigeonhole. It's not one thing. Each one of them have amazing concepts, and how I can use those to care for the people in the future. You don't even know what's going to come up in 15 years. Oh, I remember that from Dr. Hockman or whoever it might be. And wow, it's totally coming to you in that moment. So yeah, we can use it all instead of being pigeonholed. And where you see maybe, some of those concepts, the meningeal things might seem, out there for someone that hasn't experienced them. And then once you experience them, you realize, wow, I get a lot out of that. So thank you for that, Mason.
Thank you.
Well, we're going to wrap up. It was great talking. I could talk to you all day. I miss you. I haven't seen you in a little while. I'm going to see you in a couple of weeks at INNATE Adjusting workshop. All right. And it's a little shameless plug for the workshop on the 20th. But any last comments you want to leave us with?
I mean, I'm just grateful for you letting me come on here today. And I'm just excited. I don't know. I don't know what is next to come. And I'm just grateful to be where I'm at.
Awesome.
So, yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. I love and appreciate you, Mason.
You love and appreciate you too.
All right. Have an awesome day, and we'll talk soon. Okay.
Yes. Awesome.
Bye-bye.
Bye.